Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to do another Godzilla vs. Kong video. We're going to start the hype train heading to Godzilla vs. Kong because it's that time. And it doesn't mean we're going to stop talking about Godzilla vs. King of the Monsters, but it's time to get the ball rolling. It's time to get the train choo-chooing to next year. Now, this video, we're going to talk about what we know so far about Godzilla vs. Kong, and we're also going to put into effect what we know from Godzilla King of the Monsters that is going to affect Godzilla vs. Kong. So, let's look at the cast. So far we know we got Alexander Skarsgård, Millie Bobby Brown is returning, as well as Kyle Chandler, Rebecca Hall, Brian Tyree Henry, Shun Oguri, Jessica Henwick, Elza Gonzalez, Julian Dennison, Demian Bilcher, and then, of course, Zhang Zi, reprising her role as Dr. Eileen Chen. Now, it doesn't say here that she's going to be playing her sister as well, but I'm going to safely assume that we'll see her sister pop up. And then, of course, Van Martin is cast as her assistant, and Lance Reddick, who I like a lot, loved him from The Fringe, is in a role as well, but it's undisclosed right now. So, the biggest news right now from this movie is the potential for it to be pushed back. It still hasn't been 100% confirmed when, but it looks like it's happening. It's still listed to come out in March, but we can expect probably in the coming weeks to get a new release date for Godzilla vs. Kong, as you know, the chairman from the studio, Toby Emmerich, mentioned that it would come out later next year so we can deliver an A+ movie, which tells me they want to make some improvements and also perhaps cash in on a better weekend where they have more potential to get people to come see their movie. Now, synopsis. In a time when monsters walk the earth, humanity's fight for its future sets Godzilla and Kong on a collision course that will see the two most powerful forces of nature on the planet collide in a spectacular battle for the ages. As Monarch embarks on a perilous mission into uncharted terrain and unearths clues to the Titan's origins, and a human conspiracy threatens to wipe out the creatures, both good and bad, from the face of the earth forever. So it looks like a lot of shit's going to go down in this movie. Now, what we can pick up from Godzilla King of the Monsters is that there's a convergence happening on Skull Island. Not only are the Titans being drawn to Skull Island, but also there's military heading there. Something big is happening on Skull Island that has to do with the Hollow Earth. Now, this could be a big baddie underneath the Hollow Earth that hasn't come out yet. It doesn't necessarily mean it has anything to do with the Easter egg of Ghidorah and the DNA that Jonah took. That could be, you know, for all we know, that could be completely separate to another movie they have planned. We do know that it seems to me, and we're going to do a lot of speculating on the next live stream. The next live stream is Thursday, but we're going to do this Friday, because Friday I know is when a lot of people can make it. So I'll save the Godzilla vs. Kong speculation live stream for Friday night. I haven't done a speculation video in a while, so I think it'll be a lot of fun. But it looks like this is what looks like it's happening to me. It looks like something big is happening there. And Godzilla is probably the one drawing the Titans to the island, unbeknownst to Kong. And let's face it, this is Kong's home, this is Kong's region, and it looks to me like the battle between Godzilla and Kong is not going to be good guy, bad guy versus, hey, this is my territory, and I'm a Titan, but I'm not your bitch. And Godzilla's going to be like, look, something's going down here, and I got to get involved because I am the one that keeps things balanced on this planet while you just sit here on your little island eating bananas. Come at me, bro. And then that's when they throw down. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people's theories is right, that they're going to have big fights and there'll be a definitive winner, and right before someone gets the knockout blow, there's another monster that comes out that they both have to team up and face. I think that's probably the best gist you can think of when you look at what we've gotten so far. How that plays out, we'll talk more about that on the live stream this Friday night. So, based on what we know, and let's not worry about the numbers right now. Let's just get back to trying having fun with the Monsterverse. I guess based on that, based on what we know about the movie so far, it looks like it's going to be an epic showdown. And to me, it would have to be, right? When you consider what we got in Godzilla King of the Monsters, you have to go bigger than King Ghidorah at this point. And, you know, even though it looks impossible for Kong to have a chance against Godzilla, there's not going to be, as far as we know right now, there's not going to be any Mothra there to give Godzilla powers, and there's not going to be a thermonuclear melting down Godzilla because he already got the charge from the bomb. He's back to normal now. He exposed all that energy when he killed Ghidorah. So this is Godzilla back to normal. So a normal Godzilla versus a Kong that's gotten bigger, a Kong which we know is fast, which we can assume is smarter. I think it's going to be a good fight. I think it's going to be an even bout. I don't think we're going to get any crazy burning Godzilla. I don't think Godzilla is going to hit him with an atomic breath as easily as we might think. And I think Kong's going to run circles around him. It's going to be one of those situations where Kong's going to run circles around Godzilla, but if Godzilla catches him, Kong's going to feel it. He's going to feel it hard. The question is, who's the one that's standing at the very end right before they got to kind of come together? I think the other thing we want to know is where does Millie Bobby Brown and her father, Kyle Chandler, Dr. Mark Russell, and Madison Russell, where do they play a role in this movie? Because you would think after what happened in Godzilla vs. Kong, why would they even want to be involved? Maybe Mark Russell goes back to and works for Monarch. Maybe Madison starts working for Monarch now. I mean, I think she's kind of young for that, but maybe, you know, who knows? It's all very intriguing, if nothing else, to me. Now that we got some of the pieces from Godzilla King of the Monsters, I think it's an intriguing setup for what could be another big-time monster flick. Whether or not it pleases the general audience and whether or not it brings in revenue, that remains to be seen. But I think as a kaiju fan, we can expect some really, really good stuff. The other thing that has me intrigued is the human conspiracy. Does this human conspiracy have anything to do with what might be under the Hollow Earth? What are we going to find out about the Hollow Earth? What we've known so far, based on Kong Skull Island, is that the skull crawlers basically live underground. So is there a humongoid skull crawler that's coming up from the earth? You know, they made it seem like the one Kong fought at the end of the movie was the big one that John C. Reilly was referring to, but maybe he got it wrong. You know, his character by now is dead, so there's no way to go back and find out from his character. It's all interesting stuff. The other thing that's interesting, too, is so far, we don't have Joe Morton on the cast. Now, of course, that can change. He could very well pop up in a cameo again. But I would think, since he is confirmed now to be Houston Brooks, that he would make a return to Skull Island. He's the one that discovered the Hollow Earth. He's the one that wanted to drop the bombs, and they dropped the bombs in Kong Skull Island. And that's how he discovered it. So the fact that he's not in this movie so far, he's not cast yet, as far as what I'm seeing here. Maybe it's somewhere else. But I thought that was intriguing as well. Did he die between the last movie and this movie? Is there someone picking up his work? So there's a lot of intriguing questions going into Godzilla vs. Kong, especially when you take all the pieces that we got in Godzilla King of the Monsters. And what we're going to do is we're going to try and put it together and come up with a full-blown story on Friday night stream. So we're going to do that. But tell me, what do you think so far? Based on what you know about Godzilla vs. Kong, and based on all the puzzle pieces we got from Godzilla King of the Monsters, what have you come up with so far? I know a lot of you guys out there have done this. So I would like to know, you know, if it's a lot to write, I understand if you don't want to write it, but at least maybe give me a gist, you know? I do think a lot of people are on the right track with Godzilla and Kong teaming up. I see that definitely as a possibility. I think when the director says you'll see a definitive winner, is one of those monsters is going to be standing atop the other one, ready to deliver a final blow when something's going to happen that forces them to team up. Remember, this is Kong's home, so we already have the setup as to why he's going to be hostile towards Godzilla. And we already know Godzilla's setup. All the Titans are converging on Skull Island. Whether it's because of the threat or whether it's because it's a place they know they can live, whether it develops into the new Monster Island remains to be seen. How much of the other Titans will we see in this movie, if at all? I would think we'd at least get another cameo, because if they're converging there, that's something I'd like to see, but who knows, man? We'll talk all about this stuff on Friday night stream. So don't forget to be there at 9 p.m. And there may be some subject to change on the live stream because there's a chance I may be going to New York this weekend. Not 100% sure yet, so I'll keep you guys posted on every video on Twitter, on the Nation Facebook page, Instagram, stuff like that. So just keep an eye open, and I'll put the schedule up on the channel as soon as I can. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. This is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching E.T.N. Click here to watch more content. Don't forget to leave a comment. Also, make sure you like and share this video. If you want to know when the next video is up, click the notification bell next to the subscribe button. And most of all, make sure to click that subscribe button for regular content.